Good afternoon on what is another warm, bright and sunny day. It is Tuesday, the 8th of July, and I'm in the Nook with a nice hot cup of tea. And a bag full of goodies that I brought back from Free RPG Day, which in 2025 took place on Saturday, June the 21st. Yes, on Midsummer's Day. What I've got in here, let's have a look through. There's be something interesting in here. What haven't I looked at yet? Let's have a look at this. This is the Star Trek Adventures role-playing game 2nd edition QuickStart guide, published by Modiphius Entertainment. And this is the QuickStart essentially for this is obviously Star Trek Adventures 2nd edition of the role-playing game. Space, the final frontier. The Star Trek Adventures role-playing game takes you to the final frontier. From the 21st to the 32nd century, join Starfleet, the Klingon Empire, the Romulan Star Empire, and countless other civilizations, and journey across the Star Trek universe with your crew. Explore strange new worlds, encounter fantastical alien life forms, and engage in dramatic adventures in a detailed and immersive galaxy. Tell your stories and unravel the mysteries of the unknown, to boldly go where no one has gone before. This Star Trek QuickStart Adventure guide contains a selection of rules from the 2nd edition of the 2D20 system Star Trek Adventures role-playing game, designed to enable you to create authentic Star Trek experiences. An introductory adventure by veteran Star Trek Adventures writer Fred Lovett, titled The Celestial Algorithm, suitable for 3 to 7 players. A statistics sheet for the Constitution class explorer, the USS Challenger, and 7 pre-generated character sheets. Minimal preparation time needed to get your group playing right away. So we have a full credits list before the contents page. And one thing that is noticeable about this quick start is that it shifts from the previous presentation of Star Trek 1st edition, where you have the Lacars interface as used on Star Trek Next Generation and Star Trek DS9, Deep Space Nine, which a lot of people didn't like because it was the coloured or white text on black. This goes for a very simple white background, which is actually more in keeping, I suppose, with the look of Star Trek Discovery at a guess. So we have an explanation of what role-playing is and what you need to play, plus the core mechanic for the 2D20 system, which is really very easy. You have an attribute and a department. So there are the attributes, which are control, daring, fitness, insight, presence and reason, and the department in which you serve aboard the ship. So they are command, con, engineering, security, medicine and science, and you combine the two and you're attempting to roll underneath both the combined value on 2D20 and rolls under successes. There are other ways of gaining successes, because you can have a focus and you can roll under that, and you basically roll under the department to get an extra successes. You will also roll a 1 to get an extra success, and you can also, if you roll 20, then that goes against you. So that's the basic mechanic. The guide there on how to set those scenes, use of traits, how to actually roll a task, a table there of example difficulties, and even how to generate why to roll 0 difficulty tasks. And that's because essentially what you want to generate in that case, extra successes above the minimum required, generate momentum, and momentum can be spent to gain advantage on a subsequent action or ask questions and the like, buy more dice to roll. And then you've got a step-by-step guide on how to attempt a task, beginning to end, and how to improve the odds, whether that's through teamwork, momentum, threat, determination, and so on. So talents and special abilities which give you an advantage, probably give you more dice, more momentum to play with. Momentum is what you spend to buy more dice. and other effects. Threat is what you give the Game Master in return for extra dice, and then the Game Master can spend that threat upon his NPCs. So there's a bit of a back and forth flow, a bit of a threat versus momentum economy. So this is really just covering the rules in broad detail, but enough for you to play and run the quick start. And here you've got the section on momentum and a full list there of momentum spends. So create opportunity, buy more 20-sided dice, create a trait which you can then tag, keep the initiative, i.e. in combat, keep going before the enemy, obtain information, ask questions, reduce the time it takes, and so on. And then the same again for threat. This is what the Game Master has at her disposal, and there's the threat table that she can refer to, such as adding a complication to the situation, triggering environmental effects and narrative changes, making things difficult for your NPCs, or actually improving your NPC actions, especially if they are sort of villains. There's a good guide here on how to handle determination, which gives you more of a dedicated success, as it were. And here you've got an actual illustration, not just from the look of it. So we start off this is Brave New Worlds, I would guess, in the look of the uniforms. And you've got the Voyager there. So they're drawing from different eras for the artwork. I was just showing that because there's also Deep Space Nine era classic series. I'm just showing you some of the artwork. Some of the artwork is really, generally, the artwork in here is very good. So this is the section you've got from the Lower Decks, the cartoon series about life below decks. Because obviously in Star Trek, all the tales are about command crew or bridge crew. Anyway, so handling conflict, whether that's physical, social, starship combat. I've got a full list of, again, combat actions there. Basic aim, draw item, interact, movement, prepare, stand or drop prone. So fairly simple. So those are the minor actions. Your major actions could be assist, attack, create, trait, direct, first aid, guard, other tasks, pass, ready and sprint. So got a full list there. And then actually how to make that attack roll, how injuries are covered, and so on. How to avoid injury, because obviously Star Trek weapons are quite deadly if you set the power level quite high enough. So options there for stunning as well. And similarly, the Game Master has a set of her own. Those are the combat momentum spends you can use. So add severity, which increases damage, alter trait, extra minor action, keep the initiative and so on, obtain information. Similar, but different. List of possible weapons you can take into combat and their qualities. And then we actually get onto the full scenario, the celestial algorithm. We've got a synopsis, then we get onto the play itself. And we start off with Captain's Log, basically introducing the scenario, and one of the players would actually take the role of the commander, and then essentially you'll have an encounter. Run into an NPC, around a smuggler, and deal with strange alien artifact connected to a single signal. So you've got scientific and archaeological puzzles to solve. All building up to a basically discovery of a secret and so on. There's the stats for the challenger, and then you've got the various player characters. So you've got that's you see that's a human commander. You've got classic Andorian, their security officer, and I'm trying to think. Let's see, Vulcan doctor, Tellarite engineer, and human science officer. And see, basically, there's your human pilot, and a basically, I think that's a Bajoran Betazoid engineer. So yeah, that's everything you get in the Star Trek Adventures, the role-playing game, 2nd edition, QuickStart, released for Free RPG Day. Well, I do hope you enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you did, then please do click on the button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll typically see me out here with a box, but in this case, at the moment, I'm unbagging things from my messenger bag full of Free RPG Day goodies. That I will then talk about to the best extent of my abilities and knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook, and we'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.